Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Enderator. Yeah, the main reason I started this channel was because I wanted to play Hytale, but I have 2 days waiting, 2 more days to wait. So I thought, well, maybe I'd like to see my playthrough of GTNH. So I have played this pack for a couple of hours at this point. I think I'm on day 40. So this isn't exactly a day one playthrough start, but I'll show you around, see what I've worked on. If you're curious about where I spawned about over here, moved my way up over here. Don't know if I'll move at all. I do like these big trees, these redwood trees from Natura. I like them a lot, and I think I want to keep them. I haven't really focused much on progression. I mostly just want to do farming stuff, because, if you've played this mod pack, you know how hellish hunger is. Yeah, so you've gotten different saplings from coins, but mostly here, I want to get to Hunger No More. And I have some of these completed, not all of them. Like Desert, I haven't even started Desert. I haven't started Tofu. I haven't even started on this stuff. But eventually get the healing axe and so I'll show you around the place. Here we have the basic farm. These are just crops I got from breaking Pam's Harvest Craft stuff. Got wheat. We have the cow singularity. Eventually I'll expand this pen, but man, fences are so expensive in this pack. They're unreasonably expensive. Here we have the cotton fields. Well, field. This is how I get all my string. Got the berry. The Pam's Harvest Craft berry plantation. Kind of a crappy farm over there, but the kind of useful sometimes. Here we have the Natura berry patch. Don't know how much I'll use this, but those blueberries are nice because for some reason, I don't know why, blueberries just aren't growing. Everything else is growing really, really well. I'm gonna have to harvest them. Okay, well these, I take what I say back. I got blueberries. Anyways, after that, we got these nice, they're kind of garbage honestly, but it's food. Never go bad with food. And over here, kind of got our grain farm aside from the one, our actual grain over there. So, like rye, corn I think is used for other stuff, but rye, oats, and barley can all be turned into bread, which is what I'm going to use them for. Then we got the home tree, that's what I'm going to call it. Just watched the Avatar 3 Fire and Ash. It seems I liked Fire and Ash. It seems to have relatively negative perception, but I liked it. I feel like it did better than Way of Water. Anyways, yeah, chests, they're really unorganized, but they get the job done. And I've just barely started Tinker's Construct. Not enough to get anything out of it. This isn't my main source of wood anymore, but it was for a little while. I'm just going to use this to build up my base. I don't know what I'm going to build my base from. You can see here, I got a coke oven. Coke ovens, actually. So that's the next thing I'll show you. I have 2 coke ovens. Let's see. 20 charcoal. 20 charcoal. Yep. And a little bit more. Maybe I want to build another coke oven sometime. Over here. Okay. Well, here's where I'm getting all my gravel from. I mined some of it, then I can expand. Eventually, I'll probably harvest all the gravel in this area. For whatever reasons. I don't know, actually, though. Then over here, I have... So this is a sacred oak tree, which to me basically means, oh crap, red spider. I need to light this area up. Man, their zombies are annoying, but they sometimes, ooh, give me a sword. I need to craft another sword. Anyways, but these sacred oak trees are good, because there's so much of it, and you only need one sapling. I don't know how rare the drop chance is for the saplings, but I think there should be at least one sapling in here. And that'll give enough firewood to keep these smelters going on forever, hopefully. Like here, still going. I'll throw in, see here, I also have these spruce trees. I like spruce wood. I don't know how I feel about it though. I might want to start using that for building. I bought some jungle trees because I wanted to make a paper tree. If that's going to work out well, I don't know. I'd not grow that. I think that spawned there. Could be wrong though. Spruce. Somewhere around here, I planted a paper tree. I don't think it's grown yet. Unless if it's like one of these. I think this might be a paper tree. Spruce. Oh, for goodness sake. Ah, crap, it's lagging. I need to build up a... That's obnoxious. At least it just got like my apple tree. I can build more apples. Yeah, I need to build up a... Ah, it's not working anymore. I need to build a wall. I need to build walls. And torch this entire place up, so that way mobs can't spawn. But yeah, that's the state of things at the moment. Yeah. So far, not a bad start, I don't think. We got lots of food. Start getting more animals. Deal with it. Anyways, so if I look at the quest book, actual progression, like here you got charcoal. That's a bucket. Get a bucket. Creosote sounds like a good way to smelt. And I need to go some veins for the rest of the enemies in this game, not that big of a deal. I can tolerate them, but the brutish enemies type is so annoying. I don't really know why. I think it's all the health. Tower creeper. It was a really big creeper explosion. I don't know why it was that big, honestly. So, next goal, I think it's basically just keep working on growing stuff. Creosote oil sounds fun, but I'm gonna gather some of this charcoal. Get that quest. Oh, and we claim all of those. Nice. And we can smelt this up. Cool. What does this give you? You can get another bucket. I want another bucket. Buckets are so nice to have, especially if you don't have to deal with the clay buckets. You can't get lava with the clay buckets. Ooh. You may have noticed that you make more than just charcoal in a coke oven. You can also make coke. If you want to save all of your coke, or you want to save all your coke for making steel in your bricked blast furnace later on. As for everything else, check any eye for uses of each coal variant, since there are many. Cactus coal. Cactus charcoal. Okay, interesting. Cooked oven from Railcraft. Was that a Railcraft cooked oven? I think, yeah, both those mods are in here. So can it be from both? That is a Railcraft one. Okay. Sugar Coke? Interesting. Interesting. Can I turn charcoal into coal coke? I feel like you could. I don't know why you couldn't. Primitive blast furnace. Quartzite into amethyst. Brown limonite dust into iron. Oh yeah, I've not done anything getting into iron yet. Oh, it's starting to nighttime. Don't want to deal with mobs. Especially this early on when I don't have any gear whatsoever. So, just thinking I was messing with stuff. Chunk overlap. I was pressing F9. So, chunk, bore, corners, chunks. So that just shows chunks. Okay, that's nice. I didn't build it on a chunk border. Cool. Wait, did I? Yeah, no, I did. Okay, cool. GT ore veins? I think it's saying that there's one ore vein in this area. And that would make sense, because I found something like limonite. Is there also a way to check for ores in JEI? I think there is, because I remember... There we go. Show JT ore veins. Show underground fluids. So it's coal vein. I think if I check under my base, there should be something else. Let me check here. Should be like another piece of ore or something. Yeah, here's a small limonite ore. Do I like smack it, right click it? I don't know. Is there like a prospecting pickaxe like there is in Vintage Story? There's electric prospector's scanners, but that's not prospecting pick. I don't think there is. Okay. Compress your sugar and cactus coke for higher efficiency, just like coal and charcoal. Okay. Great. With your newly acquired fuel source, you're now ready to process some advanced materials, more advanced materials than stone or clay. Iron or copper, for example. Just in case you don't know the spawn, no, they spawn in rather large veins. Use the following quests to locate the most important veins. Okay. Oops. Oh boy. Sweet potato pie. I want sweet potato pie. I don't need fire charges, though. Actually, I wonder if you could use those to light another portal without, like, simply. Because I know you need to go to the nether for stuff. If I don't, then that means you need steel. Ooh, boy. Yeah, you ever notice? I don't know why, just in the area I've been in, I keep getting random cave noises. And it's weird, because I guess this is a natural structure, and it's enclosed. I don't know what is needed to make cave structures, or what counts as a cave structure. I assume that's how they play the noise. I don't know. It's weird, and I don't like it. Maybe someone who's smart knows. 256 cobble? That's not that bad. Copper, sky, iron. How do I find ores? There's 3 every 3 chunks. Yep, okay. Or there's a vein every 3 chunks. Alright, that makes sense. I remember that. They extend to neighboring chunks and have varying forms. Yeah, because you have the ones that are like flat and the balls, and you have like in not Terraform Craft. There's one mod I played recently, and it was like donuts and stuff for one of the ore veins. Like Nomi Factory. Not related to biomes. Some iron. Uh, for reading all the way to some iron. Okay, I'm not gonna grab the iron yet, because my inventory's kind of full. Digging deeper. Find out the ore is located in. Check out an ore in AEI to see where you can find a vein that contains it. Search for it and click on the info. Click to get this info and other things. There are many types of ore, even just for getting one material like iron. So don't stick to only one ore. Yeah, because you got like magnetite and limonite and stuff. Iron ore. Alright, all this copper, tin. All this requires I mine a bunch of cobblestone. Well, I kind of want to, excuse me, I kind of want to do some farming stuff, but I feel like getting specialized tools would be nice. Especially because ore veins spawn in huge quantities, like thousands of blocks of ore. Getting the required upgrading materials shouldn't be that hard, so I can, get a better set of equipment, and I'm going to be needing to mine a whole bunch of dirt to expand the farming area. So, I think I'm going to cut to when I find, when I fix the farming area and make sure it's up to full capacity, and then I'll do the mining. It's just a couple stacks of stone, it won't take too long, but I feel like that's boring. I don't think y'all want to listen to me do that for half an hour. Alright, I'm gonna cut now. Alright, well, I got the 256 cobblestone. I chose to go with an iron, let's say iron shovel head, because, well, I'm going to be doing quite a bit of digging, dirt, and other stuff. For instance, I'm going to take something out pretty soon, in order to keep up with demand for tools. What I can do, though, is I'm going to start working on farming. I'm hungry now. Check my died. Yeah, I didn't look at it, but that was unfortunate. Thankfully it wasn't like night or anything, and I just went back. Grow more wheat. My goal is to have 20 of every crop growing, so that way I can keep producing food. The recipe for stuff you do need. Food's pretty high on the list. You're always going to need a lot of bread. So, at the moment, I think the plan is we're going to grow a crap load of soybeans, and that can turn into tofu. Yeah. If I want to build a Tinker's construct, build Tinker's construct building, I'm forgetting its name at the moment. That way when I get, so that way I can smelt my resources. It's like here I have limonite, smelt that into an iron ingot, but I can't really do much with that iron ingot because it's not meant to be used in there. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, I can't. That's unfortunate. Oh well. I was wondering if I can just make an iron pick or something. So, like, there you go. That's for... We'll have two 80 block. It's 160. That's reasonable, I think. Is that 8? Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. And that's for, tofu. Soybeans. That's for soybeans. Once you get soybeans, you can actually use them to replace other types of meat, which is convenient, because I don't like farming cows, and I don't really want to deal with them. I only really want to deal with cows for dairy products. Even then, why is sound off? Let's see if it's off on my recording. That's weird. I want to grow more mustard seeds. Okay. So next thing... Actually, you know what? I'm going to check audio. That's confusing me. That was odd. Audio was recording on OBS, but for some reason it's not on my side. It doesn't really matter though, I don't care much for the audio. So, the goal is we need to build a Tinker Smeltery. And I haven't checked the actual recipe for that because, I don't know, it might be a little bit scary. And the main reason I want to deal with that is because, well, I might not be able to create iron tools, which is what I'm after. Stone, because flint is a nice resource. It's good. It gets the job done and it's not too slow. The issue with it is, like, if I could have an iron shovel head and then another one, then maybe that would be better. But at the moment, I don't think I have the stuff to, well, let's see here, at Tinker's, no, shut that down. Let's see here. Only one page. I thought there was more to this. Not seared bricks. Oh, I guess, yeah, seared bricks. Okay, so Smeltery Controller is craftable at this stage. Smeltery Drain is also craftable. Seared bricks is craftable. Though kind of annoying it looks like. The tank doesn't require glass even, so that's cool. Seared glass, what does it take to make? Oh, that's reinforced glass, I can't make that. That's buildable. That's buildable. That's buildable. Okay, cool. We can make a Tinker's. We just need to find lava. And I need to fill these coke ovens back up. So that we're constantly producing coal. Although, I don't see all that much use right now at the moment for charcoal itself. The main thing I'm interested in for burning stuff is creosote oil. But charcoal can be used to make torches. That's why I'm making it. I'm gonna need lots of torches, and eventually I'm gonna need to torch that area up. So that way annoying mobs don't spawn, and I can actually start harvesting that tree. So, I guess another cut for me to get some blast smelting stuff. Well, actually, I assume that since seared bricks, I know how to, let's see how it takes to make seared bricks. Grout. Okay, cool. I know how to make grout. grout is not too much. Thank goodness. That's gonna require more blank patterns. I feel like I have more bones. I do have more bones. I'm gonna see if I can produce a... I wanna see if I can get myself a couple paper trees. So I don't have to deal with making patterns. Because they're annoying. Is repair... Oh my gosh, I can't spell. Repair. There doesn't seem to be repair, I can't remember what it's called, but in 1.12, you can make, like, repair tablets or whatever they're called. I don't think those are in this game. See, I think 2 paper trees is... Seriously, not a single sapling. I don't really care all that much for jungle wood, so honestly, if I don't get anything from any of these, I don't really care. But still, I'd rather have more than less, you know? Also, I gotta sleep now. I like how this base is developing, though. It's developing quite well. I can see how I died. Poison skeleton. I like how when you go to bed, and if you get the right amount of sleep or something, you get... Oh, right, I never fixed up my flint hatchet. You can get, like, different new... Or not new, you can just get side effects. Or effects. I don't know how to see them in this version of the game, I can't remember. It's been a while since I played 1.7.10. Yeah, I don't know where... I mean, if I were to guess where jungle logs would be, I'd bet you it'd be somewhere over here. Because here you kind of have a temperate biome, a hot biome, and in this version of the game, the way terrain generates would allow for... So the way terrain generates in modern versions is different to how they generate in old versions. Basically, even hot biomes. So there's like, you got temperature and humidity, and jungles are hot and humid, deserts are hot and dry, tundras are dry and cold, so on and so forth. And I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Hope I can get at least 2, because then I can make 2 paper trees and formula them. Because I do kind of not want to deal with making paper the normal way. Okay, good enough. Should have made a large tree. Oh well. Yeah, before I upgrade my equipment over to iron, I want to make a smeltery. So that way I don't have to make new tools, because the goal should be to keep these tools alive as much as possible, because they give you different modifiers and mining speed and XP transfers over if you can upgrade them instead of crafting new tools. So it's just better in general to use the same tools rather than just making new ones when you need to. So I think 4 should be enough. Man, my inventory is destroyed. Let's see. What does this do? Drop off to nearby inventories. Drop off to nearby inventories. Drop off to nearby inventories. Okay, that's cool. I like that feature. I'm gonna need more for grinding up other stuff. I guess we can throw you in here. Okay. We're probably gonna also need more of these frames. Now that I think about it. And I know I had some saved. Where is my stone? Here it is. That's that way I can make more. First, getting all distracted, I need to turn this into paper. But yeah, having paper trees and being able to turn skeletons into bone meal are... How can I make bone meal or bone meal crops? That's what I'm kind of interested in. Because with that, then I could just make infinite amounts of paper. And it wouldn't be a big deal. But I don't know how to do that. So take that paper trees. After that, we can crush up bone meal. Well, first we have to make a mortar and pestle. Pestle? Pestle? I don't know how you're supposed to say it. Mortar. It's a mortar. We'll just make ourselves a bunch of paper. Find all of them. Less laggy as well, I think. We'll plant one of you there, one of you here. Grow. Grow. Okay. Cut off here so I can gather it from all the way. There you go. 10 paper. Man, you can make all the templates you want. Cool. Alright. Let's, I wonder if I can make stone. Because even if I blow through as much stone as I want, it won't matter. Or stone tools. I know you can't with other items, but let's see here. Can I make a stone? Not there. Here. Okay. You can. Can only make cast. Oh, okay. That's unfortunate. Can I do that with netherrack? No. If I could do that with netherrack, then I could do that. But at the moment, I think the nether is kind of far away. I don't have plans on dealing with the nether at the moment. I feel like that's kind of a long way off. Especially for our current equipment level. I'm just gonna blow through all of the... Is there a way to cheaply make that, though? Bone dust, tiny bone dust. Wood ash makes a lot more of it. How can I get wood ash? You burn saplings. Coal singularity. Cool. Tons of paper. That can be used for templates, or, well, literally anything. That requires paper, obviously. Throw that. Oh, throw that here. For later. I feel like I wanted that for some reason, but I don't know why. Okay. Power of prospecting. Ah, that's why I couldn't do the small ores. It doesn't work with small ores, it has to be big ores. Okay, because if you look over here, I've saved it like I have over here with this coal. Alright, that makes sense. And that means there's an ore vein right here, and right here, I think. Could be completely wrong with that. I wouldn't be surprised. But that's not important. I just want to make a big smelter. So that's why I want to make more of them. I need to make more forms. Well, one form at the moment. another form. But we're gonna have to create a ton of mortar and pestles. Yeah, that won't be that big of a deal. Yep, that should be good. I have a bed on me. Yeah, we can just go out and start doing seared brick stuff. Let's see, seared bricks. Grout, not that expensive. Oh yeah, but the clay dust. So that's 2 blocks equals 4 grout. Excuse me. That's not the greatest. Well, I can start doing some math, I guess. We only need 1 smeltery controller. So, well, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do some quick math, try to figure out roughly how much I'm going to need. We don't have an issue with getting gravel around here, or not, well, yeah, gravel. We don't have an issue with gravel, but we also don't really have an issue with clay. We got lots of it. If we'll have lots of it by the end of the playthrough, yeah, I don't know about that, but we'll see. Okay, I'm going to do some quick calculations with a calculator. Try to see how to do a 3x3x2. I think that's probably the best one for now. Oh, we can always make it bigger. I think 9.9 is currently the biggest, but I'm not Project Singularity crazy. I'm just normal crazy. Cool. Well, I've done the math, and for a 6x3x3, that's what I decided to go with, along with a casting table and casting basin. I only need 1 wooden form, which will be nice. It should be 63 crafts, and I should need 126 blocks of clay, which will take a lot of mortars. A lot of mortars. And 189 sand and 189 gravel. I think. I hope I did those ratios correctly. If I didn't, then oh well. I'll figure it out once I deal with it. Before then, I hope you are interested in listening to me babble on and stuff I gathered. That's all I'm doing right now. 3 stacks of gravel, 3 stacks of sand, 3 stacks of... Oh man, bro. Anyways, yep, I don't think you'd be much more interested in that, so I'm just gonna gather those resources and see you back once I'm done with that. Bye. And by the way, for anyone who wants, like, raw gameplay of this pack, or thinks that that would be fun, yeah, no, this pack isn't fun to just, like, watch normally. Honestly, the pack isn't that bad yet. Will it be bad? Oh, absolutely. Is it right now? Thankfully, no, it's relatively good. But this is what crushing up clay looks like for furnace. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, or for blast furnace, whatever. I don't know. I don't know how people speedrun this stuff. This isn't fun to speedrun. And that's coming from me, and I tend to like this weirdo stuff, weird nerdy stuff. So, you know. Yep, I need to craft more flint to get more mortars, and to crush up the rest of this clay. So I'm gonna need a lot of crushed up clay. Okay, almost there. Got most of the clay done. Went through so much flint in order to make these darn mortars, man. But I got the 2 stacks of clay up here. I have the stacks of gravel and sand, and my inventory, got that. Got the form. Now let's see if I can remember this. Isn't it like... Should be something like this, I think. It's not. I'll need to take a look at the recipe. That's not the recipe. Okay, what's the recipe? Warden form, brick, grout. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be miserable. Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna be siphoning water for a little while. Yeesh. Well, let me see here. Shift. Okay, I don't see a way to, like, use fresh water or anything. We're gonna have to use this method. Dang. Oh well. See y'all in a bit again. Guess we can check to see if the paper... No, paper's not grown yet. Oh well. Okay. Okay, well, here we are. We have almost every part we need. Aside from some bricks I haven't finished up. So, we need 29 seared bricks. So, yeah. I put 3 in mine. Super easy way to craft these bricks, except for it's not super easy. It's kind of annoying actually. But bees with the bees. Yeah, I'm gonna train. We're gonna end up training this river by the time we're done with all the stuff we need. That's a joke. We're gonna set up condensation. It's not condensation towers. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're gonna get that stuff done super fast. And yeah, everything will be great. Okay. Now the question is, where do I build this? And I think I know. Up here, it's like this area. This area is used. This is going to be storage. But up here, I think we're kind of free. We can put it here. Obviously, they'll probably end up moving out, and there'll be better spots to build a furnace anyways. But for the time being, this is a good spot. And plus, I'm not building a very large furnace at the moment. It's actually kind of small for Tinker's Construct, at the very least. Usually, like if you've seen how other people play this game, especially if you've seen Project Singularity, which if you haven't seen, you should watch it. It's a very, very good series. But yeah, they build like absurdly large ones. Yeah, this thing's tiny compared to that. Break the floors, you know. So first things first, to get this functional, fill in the floor. And we're going to need to mine a little bit more wood. So once we get a Tinker Smeltery, what we can then do is we can start smelting iron. And with iron, I can make iron tools. And with iron tools, I can more efficiently farm. So, just like real life. So these layers go in normal. Now this is where the fun goofballery comes in. We're going to put a smelter controller right here. On top of it, we're going to put a seared tank. Now, let's see if I remember. 2 seared bricks. Here. Then we put the smeltery drains, seared faucet, and at the moment, we only have a casting basin. And that's because, a casting table requires seared stone. And that requires quite a bit of melted stone. And thankfully, I have these large stone plates, which I should be able to melt down into that. If not, we have more cobblestone. And here we have more bricks for finishing out And yeah, so this is mostly complete, 90% complete. So what I'm gonna do next is grab buckets of whatever buckets are filled up. See, where are my buckets? I should have them. Here's one, here's the second. And then we're gonna head down underground and we're gonna fill this up with lots and lots of, well, 2 buckets of lava. And that way, actually though, yeah, I think that should be the way. Let's check to see if we have anything we can purchase with coins. Oh boy, lots more stuff. But not enough of this seems useful to me, honestly. Yeah, none of this is useful. And I couldn't obtain it anyways. Need some more food. Oh, hearts. Cabbage. I haven't had cabbage yet. I don't think I is. Okay, there we go. Leek? I might have had leeks. Yeah, I've had leeks before. Soybeans? Have I had soybeans? I don't know if I had soybeans. I'm at the moment. Because you can turn them into tofu. And then tofu you can turn into any variation of food. Huh. Does it let you... Caves. Ah, man. You see, in other versions, what you could do is you could basically just use... Oh, what's it called? Journey map to cheat a dozen new... Like, to cheat underground and find caves and stuff like that. It appears whatever they did, they blocked that feature. Kinda sad, but oh well. So we're gonna have to go down to y equals... Oh... We'll say y equals... 1, I don't know, y equals 4. That should be where magma is most common. We'll just kind of start branch mining for it. That's probably the most efficient method. Get ourselves some lava. I mean, I don't see any lava pools. If there were any, that would be nice, but I don't see any of them. So this is probably the best we're gonna get. Oh! Never mind, never mind. It does work. Why can't I... follow, maybe? No. Options, actions. Always keep that on. I think that's useful, having the ore veins, but it looks to me like there is a vein dead ahead. So we're gonna wrap around, and then we can go and head towards that vein, get ourselves the lava. And then, yeah, that'll be very nice. Very, very nice. Hold on, I need to fix up this pick. Fix up both my pick and hatchet, because... Well, actually, I don't know why I need to fix the hatchet. I need brass, so I need to go find copper, and... zinc. That's how I'm gonna make brass. Then I need to go find tin, and then that way you can make bronze, and it seems to me that bronze is gonna be a good tool. So I'll need to look at the difference between iron and bronze, and we can, you know, do comparison work and figure out which one's the more efficient route. But I could be completely wrong, because then you also have like alumite, and that's some weird stuff that I don't fully understand. Although in Divine Journey, which I haven't really touched in a while, haven't even played through it yet either. All you have to do is, like, alumite's better than diamond. And obviously I don't think diamond tools are in this pack. I don't think. Maybe they are. I stand mistaken. Diamond... Oh, okay. They're just used for crafting. Get down to... nearly bedrock layer, and then we start strip mining down over to that lava. That's gonna be miserable with this pick. Although I could upgrade it with that, with the oh boy, with the iron pickaxe thing, and maybe that could be Get my jacket off. It's warm in here. Okay. Yeah, so once I can get iron or bronze, it really just depends on whatever, because you can't make tools, modern tools, out of anything aside from, or not modern tools, what am I saying, man? Anything aside from flint. Right, I guess you'd probably make stuff out of bone, but bone isn't a resource I have actively available for me. So I'm not gonna count it. Although I guess you could. It's just not a resource I consider. And also fighting at this stage of the game is really a bad idea. Let's see if this bug is still in the game. It is, nice. Okay. What am I saying in this game? Let's see if they patched it out. Thank goodness. I hate dealing with gravel. Although this could be a useful patch later in time in order to get more flint if I somehow run through all of the flint in the other areas or along the river edge. Hope no mobs spawn in here. I guess they could, but I'm only gonna be down here for a little while. See, it has day, but it doesn't have caves. Let's see where this is at. It's Y level 4. Okay. I think. Few scratches up here on my flint pickaxe. What does it say? So 2 modifiers, so I can add 2 modifiers to it, and it's scratched. Okay. I guess that's a good thing, because when you start with any pickaxe, it's abused. Here we go. What are you? Appetite. I don't need appetite. So I'm going to be down here relatively often, so I'm going to light this up, mostly for all of the valuable lava down here, which you need for progression. And also to run your Tinker's Console. That's tricalcium phosphate. That's one of the ores that you use for... That's one of the things that can spawn apatite, and I saw there was apatite there. Apatite also has zeolite veins. Could be wrong there, but I think that's how it works. I don't know anything you could do with it. I think apatite, Nature's apatite, at the very least, lets you grow crops really fast. So if those two work the same, you know, I asked those questions, I can just look it up. Apatite. Block of apatite. Apatite. Can I do anything with apatite dust? I can make fertilizer, but I also need ash, water, dark ash, water, sulfur. I'll need sulfur for other stuff. Phosphate. That other thing had phosphate in it. I wonder if in the low voltage age, or maybe even Steam Age. I'd like to spend more time in Steam Age. Like, I don't care at Rush just because I don't think it's all that worthwhile. And if I do Rush, then I'll end up running out of food. Maybe, and that could be an issue. So, just, you know, play the game, enjoy it. Oh, it's like dark. Do I have peaceful? I have peaceful on. Why do I have peaceful on? Toughness, water breathing. Curious. Why am I taking constant damage? Oh, I'm holding the lava. Oh my gosh, that's stupid. lava into here, into here. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm dumb. Alright, well that explains everything. Smeltery looks good to me. Can I not... What's with the table? That's weird. It's a smelter. The smelter should be usable. That's odd. Tool. Smelter, invalid structure. What's invalid about it, though? Let's see here. I'm gonna break you. Now, do you? You do. Okay. What's invalid about this structure? I don't see anything. Maybe I'll go look up something. I don't see how this could be invalid. That's unfortunate. Well, I'll be back. See what I did wrong. Okay, well, I found the problem. Sure did. Right here. So the big issue is the seared tank, which is where you get the fuel. It's always lava. I think you could put other stuff in there, at least in modern Minecraft, but at the moment we got lava. And what you have to do is it has to be on or next to one of the sides of the smelter controller. You see, I'm used to modern Minecraft, where you could just put it, plop it on top, and it would work with this design. Not how it works here. Which is okay. It's not that big of a deal, I just didn't know that. So we take this, and we swap it over to right here. And that's how we're gonna get access, while still... That's how we're gonna get access to our table. Now, this is gonna get way bigger in the future. Like, way, way bigger. So, we're gonna need more seared bricks, and at the moment, that's not a problem I want to deal with. So, instead, we're just not gonna deal with that. We're gonna throw in the 5 stone plates, and that's gonna let us get the table, and, this is, journey map is in cave mode still. So we're gonna go over to day mode. How close is that? Not close at all. Okay, so aside from that, if we look over here, this is an iron vein. If we go over 1, so this entire space should be free of iron veins, but there should be one, or not even iron veins, just veins in general, but there should be one up here, one up here, one up here, and one in the river. I don't want to deal with the river, so we're going to go this way for finding new ores, which I feel like is a good way. Hopefully we'll get ourselves the tin and the zinc and everything, and that will let us start building tools. That's the main reason why I didn't want to start Tinker's Construct now. How much did that say? 320. Dang, it needs 360. Okay, I'm gonna mine a little bit more stone, then we'll get started on doing ore checking. So that way we can, you know, get actually good ore. Apparently something I don't have. And also I don't have an absurd amount of iron. So upgrading this isn't really a good idea, because then I'll have to get trapped and I'll go back to flint. I also learned, look, ooh, look at that. That was weird. I don't know why I made that noise, but that is powerful. Now we can triple the amount of flint we make. Ooh, nice. Need 8 stone. Bam. Another large stone plate. And we use that to finish off the smelting process, and it'll get us more tools. or it will get us the last piece of producing this. So we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4 buckets of water. And real quick, go grab that. Darn it, hate. Well, these aren't infernal stuff. That does a lot of damage for some reason. Man, pick up the gunpowder. I feel like gunpowder could be useful in the future. I don't know for what though. Can turn it into like fertilizer or something. Who knows? Maybe. So we need 4. Oh, never mind. We're just gonna need 2 crafts. Now I'm gonna go milk some cows because I haven't milked them in a while, and they need to be milked for milking purposes. I need to get yogurt, as much yogurt as one individual can. I think I did math. I think you need like 40 yogurts to finish everything. I don't know. I actually didn't do any math, but that sounds about right when you look at all the different types of yogurt with all the different fruit and everything. I don't have the capacity to get all of those yogurts now, but give it a while. It won't be too big of a deal. Did I do the... Yeah, okay, I got milk. I think this is more reliable to get milk from, is when... So, like, using metal buckets. It seemed that when I was using the clay bucket, it was having a lag. It was going all wacky and not really doing the job. I don't know if cow in a jar is a thing, because that would be real useful. A car in a jar. Gene samples. Here's not. Although we could look up cooking for blockheads. I know that's the mod scrum. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't see it. That's unfortunate. That just means we're gonna have to... That just means we're gonna have to keep counting and not have like a dozen. Oh man, I'm spacing out. And not have like a dozen cows in jars, you know. Useful for the next run, you know. It's all exponential. Especially when I noticed this mod. Oh boy. I don't know what's going on with this mod pack. I feel like I'm getting so much more food per crop. Which, I mean, I don't have a problem with or anything, but it's just interesting. So let's eat ourselves some okra. Okay, get our hunger back. The cool thing is if you have more than 20 crops, so theoretically, if you just eat 20 different crops, then you might just be able to not deal with the food issue, because the thing about it is you need to, and also I'm going to start gathering, I have peas, but I need to start gathering soybeans, so that way I can grow up the farm, the big soybean farm over there, once I get access to tools. Oh, for goodness. There you go. Dead. And, you know, all my health goes with it. Skeleton spawn egg. Did it drop that? I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm gonna put that in inventory and forget about it. Okay, let's see that our thing is smelted. We can make ourselves a block. Yeah, 1 block. Cool. Oh boy. So now we can see that our thing is smelted. And I'm going to take a look here. I have a feeling that that might have something. We at least need to core it first. So I'm going to bring this down here. Down to the crafting table so that way I can smelt. There we go. Last piece of the puzzle. And actually, so that way I can get the achievement for it. Because weirdly, it didn't give me the achievement for casting... for the casting channels, and I don't know why. So we're just gonna lastly make some oh my gosh, not crafting channels. Casting channels. And... oh man, oh. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Does not double ores in GTNH. Later machines will all be there. Oh no. Okay. That's unfortunate we didn't get that. But we didn't get the bags, but at least we got the smelting station. And what do I get here? Fireworks? Fireworks. I'm wondering if I should turn off building better bases. I like those 2 blocks. Man, I am spazzing. Basically, what I need to do is, it seems like it could be productive to get zinc gravel or something like that, but I think we can find that stuff if given a bit of time. So I don't really see the need for us, or for me to go and mine all of that stuff. So really what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind up a little bit of gravel, like a stack of gravel. I'm going to go take it out to the... go take that stack out and then go mine the veins for the zinc of some kind. So zinc, copper, and a couple others. But those aren't really a big deal at the moment. They will be in the future, but not now. So yeah, finish gathering up. I'll just keep mining until this breaks. I have a feeling gravel's going to become all that valuable resource in a little bit because of iron tools. But if we ever do need it, it's still available to us. Okay, there we go. Well, make sure we get 64. And we'll need... actually, we're going to need 3 more. 6 more, actually, for us to use these mortar and pestles. Or mortars. Right? Let's see here. Shaped. Flame arrow. Yep, that seems to be about the best recipe we have. I don't like burning that much wood for no purpose. So instead, I'm just gonna do that, and that'll work. Because while it's not the most valuable thing on the planet for me, charcoal isn't at the very least, it's still not like a cheap thing I can just dump in anywhere. I should be able to see now. There's monsters nearby. I'm gonna take this bed upstairs. I feel like that'll solve those issues pretty fast. Should at least, hopefully. There we go. I'll keep my bed up here. I feel like that's smarter time-wise. Oh, and I have another bed. That'll be useful in caving, because I kind of don't plan on coming back out. Which is also why I am going to gather all of this. We're going to build one mortar. We use that to crush half of this. And we use that mortar to build another one. Then we crush the rest of the gravel. And we should be good to go. I do kind of want to stock up the... Before I go off on this, I do kind of want to stock up these. So they're kind of out. I'm going to convert these. So I don't know what these are called polymorphs. I don't know much about that mod, but it seems to be the one that adds a lot of the crazy enemies. We got more torches. Use this to light up this area a lot, because I want to be able to get to carving through here and set it up to smelt. I feel like that would be productive use of time and resources. So I'm actually going to try to get a stack to throw in the furnace. Eventually, when we have access to the Tinker Forge, which is the tool that allows us to build things like the hammer and other more efficient utilities, like there's one that lets you fell an entire tree, which is nice. I want that. I want to know if I can use that on this. That would be interesting. I'd like to know that. Although honestly, it doesn't really affect, because then I can just use it instead of using these absolutely ginormous trees. You know, you can just use spruce trees, because I know it fells those spruce trees. So we'll get up to the top. Don't mind a stack of it, which actually I'm going to go collect the ones I just dropped, so I know when I have a stack, and I'll split the stack between those two, and hopefully by the time I get back, I'll have smelted. And you might be wondering why I wasn't all that annoyed with my tree burn down. The apple tree. Yeah, I've got tons of apple trees. I can make a new one. And honestly, you need flat terrain for those trees to work well. Kind of like, you know, an orchard. What those perhaps are. So, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I have a feeling collecting and finding all of the logs in here is going to be a nightmare. But it can't be that bad. What's cool is the trees, or the hatchet, it isn't affected by... Uh-oh. Oh, darn it. I can get these... Yeah, you can't even tell I mined it at all. So, yeah. Feed my cocovins. And be on our merry way. Cool. And the creosote oil is good. That's gonna let us... Well, actually... What? Creosote oil. Let's see what it's used for. Can you use it for farm blocks? No, farm... Use it for forestry stuff, it looks like. I'm not really all that into forestry. I mean, I might get into it. They modified the recipes to work with GregTech, but... Yeah, I'm not a big fan of forestry machines and tools, but... Aside from that, I'm cool with it. I think the trees are cool. And I think I devised a more efficient route. Because, you may notice the last one was 3x3. This is instead of 2x2. Do I have the thing on me? Yeah, okay. Ah, see, yeah, look, I already have 2 sacred oaks. I'm never gonna have to deal with wood again if I use sacred oak. So this is a 3x3, 2x2. This is a 2x2, which should let me. That last one was more of a screw. I don't know what the heck this is. Compare it with. Well, I think we're gonna have lapis, which isn't that bad. I mean, I'd be willing. I'll just go down here and check it. Is that? That is. That's going to be replaced. At the top. Yeah, this is significantly more efficient. I think I'm going to cut this off, and I'm just gonna start coring my way through here, looking for copper and copper, zinc, and tin. So I guess see ya when I figure that out. Well, I did find quite a couple ore veins. Over here you can see I found like apatite. Don't know how I feel about that, but like 10. 10 is good. Kaolinite is good, I think. I bet you that's how you're gonna get aluminum, copper, 2 iron veins, 2 coal veins. So, for all intensive purposes, I'm almost good. The biggest issue that I have is... Ooh, what's this over here? Limonite, okay. So basically, the big issue is finding... Let me see if I remember. Zinc. Zinc is the big issue, and my current idea is I just get the gravel. So I think that's, and plus blacksmithing coins. I don't know what blacksmithing coins are used for. Perhaps they're a good source. I can just spend a couple on to get enough, because like I just showed, you get 35 for 25 coins. That doesn't sound that horrible. I don't know. I have to think about it for a little bit, but I think that's the plan. So here I'm exploring. I get to record the landscape, and I'll find zinc somewhere. And also I need to keep finding these herb patches. Well, I'm almost there. I think I'm there. Let me see. Yeah, I found enough. So once I get enough, I can break them open and get whatever's on the inside. Yeah, I think that's it for today's episode. Thank you for the people who stayed around long enough through this whole thing. Hopefully this becomes a full series that we get to play. I'm enjoying Galactic New Horizons way more than I thought it is. Don't know the next time I'll upload, but hopefully... Hightail. Okay. Bye.